Because why? Because he himself is crying in the present. In exactly this way, if you are crying today, then in the future you are also going to be crying. If you are happy today, if you are satisfied, then only will your future be happy and satisfied. What you are in the present, this is extremely important. What you are in the present, that is what is being created for your future. Each and every moment of the present is that seed from which the tree of the future is going to grow. So what tree is going to grow? You are creating that today. So stay in the present. And next, negative thoughts. Fear. All of these are because of ignorance. What do I mean because of ignorance? Until then, the light of the soul is not present. Until your soul is not awakened, until your soul is not illuminated, until then, you will keep being fearful. You will keep getting negative thoughts. Let me try and explain this to you with an example. Imagine there is a hall, and inside this hall, I have held on to a snake. And outside the window, you're all shouting, Swamiji, you have held on to a snake, you're holding a snake. But it is my belief, it is my thinking, it is my thought that this is not a snake, this is a rope. I am thinking I am holding a rope. This is my wrong belief. But I'm thinking of it as being correct. But no matter how much you scream at me from outside, I will not believe in this. I will not believe in what you're saying, regardless of how much you shout. My belief is years old. I have held on to this belief for years on end. I believed in this for years on end, so I will not listen to you. But if one amongst you, one person, comes inside, and after coming inside, he switches on the light. As soon as he switches on the light, then I will see that what I have held on to is not a rope, it is a snake. Then there will be no need for you to scream, for you to shout, or say anything. I will immediately leave the snake. It is exactly like this. In our whole life, we have held on to many wrong beliefs. And we have held on to these beliefs so strongly that regardless of how much the person in front opposes it, we are not ready to leave it. There are many such beliefs, because of which that society is now holding on to wrong beliefs. The biggest belief amongst this is that Paramatma is outside. Parmeshwar is outside. This is a very wrong belief. Parmeshwar is not outside. Parmeshwar is inside you itself. He's within you. So for years on end, we keep searching for Paramatma outside. We think he's outside. Paramatma is not outside. Paramatma is within you. Paramatma is inside you. Even in here, look. There are many methods of worship that believe that Parmeshwar is outside, Paramatma is outside. So in those methods of worship, people search for Parmeshwar outside. People search for Paramatma in the outward direction. But what happens here? By being surrendered to the Paramatma outside, they awaken so much inner feeling, so much devotion, that their own I comes to an end. They merge the I. But then the question is, so much inner feeling, so much devotion, do we have it? Will it be awakened within us? The very few people. For example, there was Narsi Mehta, Mirabai, very few. This is the first thing. And then next, why do we even go to God? We do not go there to be devoted, not to believe in Him. We go to God, we go to the temple, and we go there to ask. I should get this work of mine should be done. Sometimes I feel, if I am not getting something, or if I have a problem, the straight meaning of this is that my energy is not capable of obtaining it. Or I am not capable to solve my own problem. I am weak. That is why we want that God should solve our problem. God should give us that which we do not have. So what should we do in a temple? the idol that has been established in the temple. Some realized soul has established this introversive state within the idol. And by taking the darshan, the vision of the idol, you become introversive. And if you go there and ask, if you go there with your problems, then where will your chitta, your attention be? It will not be towards that energy. Your chitta will be towards your problem. It will be on your problem. And then how will your problem be resolved? So meaning, where you could obtain extra energy, even at that location, instead of taking the energy, even there, you're crying about your problem. So then how will the problem be resolved? So then, when we go to Paramatma, even when we go to the temple, we go there to ask. So now you see, in front of the idol, in a temple, always remember, when the consecration ceremony is done, an aura is formed around the idol. And that aura is spread around the whole surrounding area. So imagine it is 20 feet. Then it is there in the full 20 feet. But it is your ignorance, it is your belief that if you go in front of the idol and then you ask, then it will be heard. And then if you say something behind its back, it will not be heard. So we always ask in front, but always remember, as many vibrations that are present behind the idol, they're not present even in front. What is the reason? Everyone who is asking, they're all standing in front. Nobody goes behind. So there are vibrations in the area surrounding the idol. So first, do not go there and ask for anything. And next, when you go to ask for something, when you go with your problem, then you're not going by being happy. You're going there crying, I do not have this, give me this, one. Or, I have this very big problem, remove this problem. So you're going there in a state of sadness. And the one who's going there in a state of sadness, your aura becomes narrow. It does not even remain in a state to receive. You see in your ordinary life, if you become sad, if you come into a problem, you will sit in a corner and cry, but you will not go into society. But now if you become happy, then you will go to 10 people. So meaning when you go in front of the idol and cry, when you go and narrate your problems, then you remain sad, and a sad person cannot absorb any good energy at all. If you're having the darshan, the divine vision of an idol, whether it's an idol or the guru, anyone, if you're going in front of him, then be happy and go there. And when can you be happy and go there? It will happen. It'll be your problem. But leave your problem at home and come. I want this, I want that. Leave it at home. Then what should you do there? What is the way to take the darshan? See if you're able to accept it. This is my thought. If you accept it, then do it. Try it. And then see its results as well. Go there and thank Paramatma. Thank Parmeshwar that you have given me so much. I'm very happy in my life. I'm pleased in my life. Whatever you have given to me, I'm very grateful to you for everything. Try and do something like this, and what will happen? You will be happy from inside. You will be pleased from inside. And when you're happy, your receiving capacity will increase. You will be able to absorb the energy there from the idol. And if you absorb the energy, you will become capable to resolve your own problems. But the need is that go there by being positive, and then you will be able to absorb. Then next, so meaning if you go to a temple, go there to give your thanks. Do not go there to ask. This is what I want to say, in short. If you go there, then you will be able to absorb good energy. And there's a few methods of worship in which it is believed that Paramatma is outside, Parmeshwar is outside, and I am different, and Parmeshwar is different. And the next, while being devoted to Paramatma, one's own existence is merged. Such methods of worship. And next, Parmeshwar is within me, Parmeshwar is inside me. And increase the awakening within you so much that the I within you gets merged. Both of these ways happen in yoga step by step. How? First, the Guru from whom you have taken knowledge. The Guru from whom you have taken self-realization. I'm telling you the experiences of my own life. For me, my Guru himself became Paramatma. He himself became Parmeshwar for me, because that day I got to know that Paramatma is a universal consciousness, and the universal consciousness, the medium through which it met me, that medium himself became Paramatma for me. So he was an ordinary human just like me. He had hands and feet just like me. Everything was just like me. However, even then, by not looking at his physical body, I put my chitta on his energy. And I believed in him to be Paramatma. And to accept someone as Paramatma is the utmost capacity of my receiving. And if it is the utmost limit, then what does this mean? My receiving capacity opened to the maximum. To believe in someone to be Paramatma is to open up one's receiving to its maximum. So as soon as I believed in him to be Paramatma, inside of his body, by doing spiritual penance, by doing spiritual practice, the introversive state which he had obtained, that state, I obtained it effortlessly. And then later, Paramatma is inside me, Paramatma is within me. I felt this. So meaning in the path of yoga, first we believe in the Guru to be Paramatma, so meaning Paramatma is outside. And then, when we obtain the introversive powers within him, then Paramatma is inside. So meaning both of the parts, both of these things happen together. First one happens and then the next happens. However, one needs to believe in the Guru to be Paramatma. And next I'm telling you, believe in the Guru to be Paramatma, but the Guru is not Paramatma. No body can be Paramatma, but we will have to believe. See, spirituality starts with belief. A for apple. Is it like this? No. The material knowledge which we learn. But we believe that A is for apple. But then later we get to know there are many words that start with the alphabet A. In exactly the same way. First we believe in the Guru to be Paramatma. As soon as we believe in him, then automatically. And then believing and not believing, it will make no difference to him. For example, you're passing by in front of a temple and there is an idol of some deity kept inside. The idol of the deity is of stone. If you believe in it to be stone, it is a stone. If you believe in it to be a deity and you bow down, then two things happen. The first is that the idol becomes a medium for you to bow down. It becomes an idol for you to bow down, and then your ego reduces, and the negative energies within you reduce. And then on the other hand, it's good energy. And the good energy which was established within that idol during its consecration, you obtain this. But you will obtain this when you do not believe in it to be a stone. You believe in it to be Paramatma. When you bow down, then you will be able to absorb. It is exactly like this. It is like this for a Guru also. If you believe in the Guru to be a man, he is a man. And if you do not believe in him, he is still a man. So this is to say, if you believe in him to be Paramatma, then the introversive powers inside of him, you obtain them. And if you don't believe, you will not obtain it. It makes no difference to him. The change is for you. And after coming inside, the biggest satisfaction in life that I have found Paramatma. After obtaining this, there's nothing left to be obtained in life. I have obtained everything in life. I have received everything. You will get this inner feeling within you. There will be no desire left to obtain anything. A complete satisfaction, a complete contentment comes inside you. And then next, do you know what is the biggest negative thought amongst negative thoughts? It is a thought of death coming. This is the biggest, worst thought. If there is any biggest fear, it is a fear of death. Even the fear of death, on this path of yoga, it slowly comes to an end. It is not as if everything will happen in your life immediately. See, when I will meet you again, And when we will be able to meet again, I do not know. This is why I'm telling you everything again. It could be that this incident happens even in your life. And the incident which happens is that on this path of yoga, there is one more thing. Meditating after leaving the physical body. It happened once. The Indian government passed a law that the Jain monks should not do santara, voluntary religious fasting, until death. So when this ban was imposed, and at that time I was in Jaipur, and I was taking a workshop for the Digambar Jain monks. And many TV newspaper reporters came there and they started asking the Jain monk, "What are your thoughts on this?" And he screamed and opposed this very much. And I was also sitting next to him. They thought even I am a scholar, so they asked me also. I only said this much, that before this law was made, they should have been taken into confidence. Their opinion should have been sought. I said only this much. I said nothing more. And later, all of them left. And after they left, then I told the monk, "What is Santara?" So they explained that when we become old, then we stop eating and drinking. By sacrificing food and water, we await death. So I said to him, "There's also Santara on the path of yoga." And they asked, "What?" So I said, "It is a practice. By slowly practicing, it happens that one can meditate after leaving the physical body. So meaning you will leave the physical body and you will go into meditation. And then if you start to do this practice every day, then what will happen? You're dying every day. So there'll be no fear of death. It is not some new incident which happens on that day. What is happening every day, that happened. And then next, then it is in your hands when you want to leave the physical body. But this is not the case in your Santara. Do you know what is the difference between this Santara and our Santara? The difference between the two is that in this you make your body so weak, that the soul is forced to leave the body. And the Santara that is there in the path of yoga, in this, we make the soul so strong that when it wants, it can leave the physical body. So if you practice this every day, that you're leaving the body and going every day, then what kind of spiritual experience happens in this? What kind of experience happens? For example, that balloon that is here, that Gurutattva balloon, where is that balloon placed? It is placed at that location where it is tied down. Where it is tied down, the balloon is hanging above that. You yourself will have the spiritual experience one day that you're sitting for meditation. However, your body has been left behind, and you're able to see down from up, that you're sitting down and meditating. Okay, you're in meditation. Okay. And regardless of the fact that you're sitting within your house, your chitta can see beyond the roof of the house and still see your body downstairs. You will see that you're sitting downstairs, and you will see that people are waiting for you to get up. So meaning all of the activities which are going on, you will be able to see all of it, but you will be looking at everything from upstairs. You will not be able to come down until you do not want to come down. So these are all experiences. These are spiritual experiences. You will have them. Once in Surat, there was an abbot, and I was speaking with him on this very topic. So he said, "What happens in this actually? What does one feel?" I said, "Nothing. From our physical body to that spot, there is a very thin silver-like thread. But then for many meters it can be seen, and then for many meters it cannot be seen. It can be seen at some points, and at some points it cannot be seen. So with the support of this thread, one has to slowly come back into the physical body." So he said, even in our methods, there is such a description. There is such a description here too. And then after this, we can go with our own will. One should not go when one is forced. What do I mean that one goes by one's free will? From 23rd January, when I do the Anushthan, the deep meditation practicum, I stay in this state. That is why, during this time, when anybody comes, even within kilometers of the ashram, they feel the vibrations, because I'm established very high up in the sky, and this influence is felt on the surrounding environment. In Shirdi, once a shibir, a discourse was conducted, and in the discourse, there's an ashram of Jangli Maharaj. In this ashram, a great soul, a Mahatma, lives there, and I have a good relationship with him. And he has a small hut, and I go and sit in the small hut, and we speak about spiritual topics. It happens many times. But what happened on that day? The discourse came to an end, and in the discourse, he had kept 5,000 sadhaks from Gujarat. He had made all of the arrangements for them to stay, for them to eat, for 8 days during the Shibir. So I thought I should go there and thank him. I should go there and express my gratitude to him for this. So after the Shibir, I went there to meet him for this. And when I went to meet him, then I do not know what was happening that day. He was not in his hut. He was sitting and meditating in a very big hall. So there were 2 or 3 of his disciples. So they took me and sat me down next to him. And then 2 or 3 of his disciples also sat down. And then it was my situation that I did not have the habit of meditating in such a crowd with so many people around. So this very incident happened that day. My soul left my physical body and went up, and I was seeing everything from upstairs. That the meditation has come to an end. Now the devotional songs are going on. So I was able to see everything. I was able to see beyond the roof of the hall. But I was not able to get up. 1 hour passed, 2 hours passed, but I was not able to get up. And they were waiting and waiting, and they got tired. And then later they held on to both of my feet and they shook me vigorously. And they said, "Get up, Swamiji, the meditation is over, get up." So then I was able to come out. So meaning, such a circumstance was created, and because of that I obtained this state. But one can go into this state every day, first, and then next. Live each and every day. Live each and every moment. It's not as if I'm saying this to you. I also live every day. When I sleep at night, I do all of the work for my day, and then I sleep. And then this life of mine is over. So meaning, it is not just for before. Even last night when I slept, the Mahashivir is going on. What should I say the next day? There's no tension, nothing. In the morning I got up. Oh, okay. So I have the day of today. Okay. Then again I get engrossed in my work. But while sleeping, it is over. This life of mine is over. If you practice like this every day, then what will happen? The first thing is that you will not leave any work of your life pending. Whatever good work you think you should do in your life, you will do it immediately. Why? Because you do not know whether you will be there tomorrow or you will not. And next, you will not do any bad work. Tomorrow we have to depart. Why should we do this bad thing? So then automatically you will get control over yourself. Try to practice this at night. While sleeping at night, with any expectation, with any desire, what should one do tomorrow? Do not think anything. Peacefully, you will go into such a deep sleep, and then when you get up the next day, thank Paramatma. In your grace, I'm seeing the sunrise of today. Come, now let us do the work for today. So now do this practice of staying in the present. Now, now I am going to tell you an extremely important incident which has happened in my life. An incident which has given an objective to my life, which gave me an objective. And in order to complete this objective, I have spent my whole life. What is this objective? What is this incident? Now, listen to this carefully. Once upon a time, I was passing through the jungles of Burma towards India, along with 2 Buddhist sadhus, saints. It was a very deep jungle, and in this deep jungle, there are many caves. And in those caves, even today, items of the world war that had happened, one even finds those kinds of items lying there today. And then next, there is a method of meditation. The Buddhist saints, they adopt a method of meditation. What is this method? They take one stone, and in one day, They chisel it only once. They take a big stone, and during the course of a day, they chisel it only once. And by chiseling at it once like this, they create an idol of Buddha over many years. Now you imagine they are not any sculptors. So meaning the idol that has been made, it only has a form of a human. It is not some sculpture of Buddha, but they have the inner feeling that we are making an idol of Buddha. And they create an idol of Buddha like this, so it looks like something with a human form. This is a method of their spiritual penance, of their meditation, but when the idol is completed, it has immense vibrations. And those vibrations are spread all around over the whole mountain. Just like this, when we were coming back, it was about to be dark. So in the dark, we broke off some herbs from a bush. So there you can find the bush just as we have a candle. In exactly the same way, if you burn it, it also gives light. It also gives light for quite some time, just as a candle burns for quite some time. And then we were thinking that we should stay somewhere for the night. We were looking for some cave in this jungle. So from one place, from one location, a very good consciousness was flowing, a very good vibrations were coming. So we all thought that we should go into this cave and spend the night. So slowly, we reached the cave. And we went into the cave, and then it was a great darkness there. And then the herbs which we had brought with us, we burned those, and then we lit a fire there. And after lighting a fire, and then we passed the night. After passing the night, we saw that many caves, many different caves were coming out of one cave. There were many different parts. So from this one of these caves, a very good light was coming, a very good energy was being felt. So out of curiosity, all three of us went inside, and when we went inside, we saw two young monks were sitting in meditation. They were meditating, and there were immense vibrations. It was an extremely good atmosphere. I said to both of them that I want to stay here. So they had stayed. They stayed till the afternoon, and then they left. I alone was waiting there, and for a few days, I meditated with them. When my frequency matched the frequency of their meditation, then we had a discussion. They said, for years on end, we are waiting here for our gurus. The area around us is very vast. Our aura is spread for miles on end, and nobody can enter our aura without our wish at all. You two have not come. You have been called. I gave my full body prostration, and I said, Gurudev, the objective with which you have called me, I am presenting myself to you for that. And they said, it is our wish that you go into society. You create a good boy and a good girl, and after creating them, inspire them to be good parents. If they become good parents, then our gurus can take birth through their medium. The problem our gurus are facing is that they are not able to find good parents. It is always like this. Those souls which are of a very high class, they need good parents in order to take birth. Until they cannot find good parents, they cannot incarnate, they cannot come. So this was their problem, that they were not able to find good parents. It is our wish that you go into society and do this work. I have made this work my mission. Now you think how difficult this mission is. to teach meditation to a young boy, to a young girl, and after teaching them, to make them reach a very good state. And after they arrive there, when they have a very good state, then they should invite the gurus. It is a very big mission. So now I have spent 28 years in this. I was a piece of this mission, and I have even been successful. Some gurus have already taken birth. However, they are children now. They are small. Now it is going to take time for them to grow up. I'm creating a path for them. I'm creating a way for them. I'm laying the background for them. Guruma had taken 2 dogs. They were Labrador dogs. And I was surprised that certificates came with those dogs. And in those certificates, it was written who is their mother, who is their father, who is their grandfather, who is their grandmother. There was an ancestral tree of the dogs. How pure is the breed? The thought came within my mind. Even while purchasing a dog, he looks at so much, but he does not look at any of this while giving birth to a child. Oh, you want that there should be a good world, that good trees should be there, but good trees will only come out of good seeds. What is necessary is that good children should be born, and for good children to be born, good parents should be prepared. So work is going on in this mission for this. The work of preparing good parents is going on. The work of inspiring them is going on. And then after this, when they pray, then it will not be guest children that will come. It will be invited children that will arrive. There's a difference between guest children and invited children. What does a guest children mean? That the parents came together and they did not even want a child, but a child came, and so it came. So they nurtured it. So this is a guest child. And what does the invited child mean? The parents did meditative practice for 6 months. They made a very good state, and with full inner feeling, both of them came together and they prayed. That Gurudev, you please take birth at our home. It is our wish that we should be mediums for your incarnation. By praying like this, they should invite the gurus, and then the children that will come. They will be invited children. They will not be guest children. And then you imagine that if even one invited child comes, he can benefit the whole of Maharashtra. The mission is very difficult. It is going to take years. It is a very difficult mission. But each and every child can do the work of a very big collectivity. He can awaken the masses. These children have come, but now they're very small. It will take time for them to grow up. It will take another 20 years to see how big a mission this is. It happens. Many trees, many bushes are such that when the grandfather sows the seed, then the grandchild eats the fruit. It is this kind of a mission. I do not have the expectation that they will come in front of me. Nothing. But the mission is going on. And it will not even happen in front of me. It will happen after me. They will come. The future of India is very bright. They will go all over the world from here. So if one Swami goes outside and then he goes to 70 countries, if other Swamis go, what kind of a state will be created? Imagine this. So the meaning of saying this is, this work is happening at a global scale. And we are involved in such a difficult, such a special mission. The objective is only one, that good children should be born. First, good parents should be prepared, and then good children should be born. On the path of yoga, I have taught this to you, but after learning it, it is my desire that you reach that height. And for this, there are a few things. And it is very important to clarify them, to understand them. Without understanding them, progress cannot be made ahead. And what are these things? Paramatma. Spirituality starts with Paramatma and spirituality ends with Paramatma. So the ones we are believing in to be Paramatma, they were gurus of their times. But after that time, then slowly, they obtained the stature of Paramatma. They were called Paramatma. This is why until today nobody has ever said, I am Paramatma, I am Parameshwar. Nobody has said this. Why? Because whoever has reached up until that point, everyone knows that Paramatma is a power of universal consciousness. It cannot be any person. It cannot be any physical body. That is why my grandmother used to say, Paramatma is imperishable. He was there yesterday, he is there today, and he will also be there tomorrow. So what is Paramatma? Paramatma is an energy. He is consciousness. Consciousness was there yesterday, consciousness is there today, and consciousness will also be there tomorrow. And next, today's Paramatma is in the form of the Guru. And this belief, from all over the world, it is only and only present in the Indian culture. Here it has been said, Guru is a supreme reality. Why has this been said? Because he does all three of the tasks. He does the work of Brahma, the Lord of creation. He gives self-realization to the disciple. He does the work of Lord Vishnu, the Lord of preservation. He nurtures him, meaning he gives him the environment for meditation. He gives him the state for meditation. He always maintains such an environment that he can progress in his meditation. He keeps him secure. And third, Mahesh, the Lord of destruction, meaning he destroys the negative state within him. He destroys the negative qualities within him. He destroys the negative environment surrounding him. And I have had many experiences of this Brahma Vishnu Mahesh for years on end in the Himalayas. Even after wandering there was death at each and every moment. So meaning the food that we are keeping in front, whether it is ice or it is water, it is difficult to tell. I used to have a habit of keeping a stick in my hand. I even have the wish now that I should hold it in my hand and walk around. So meaning if you hit the stick very hard, then if it is a thin layer, it will break. Then you will get to know that there is a hole here. If not, one does not get to know. So meaning, if you take even one incorrect step, then you will fall into that hole. And then there is nobody there to remove you because you're alone. So meaning, I have faced death at each and every place. And next, at such a place, at such a time, the Guru energies always give protection. They will not even let you go on that path where some accident can happen. They will definitely give you protection. This is the first thing. And then next, I stayed out for so many years. And in spite of this, my wife was happy at home. My children were happy at home. There was no problem at home. So meaning they did not just see to my security. The Guru gave me that environment. He gave security to my whole family, so that through them I do not come into any problem, I do not come into any difficulty. So he did the work of Vishnu also. So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, by giving me self-realization, he did the work of Brahma, the Lord of creation. By giving me a security shield, he did the work of Lord Vishnu, the Lord of preservation. And then in the form of Mahesh, the Lord of destruction, all of the negative energies that were there, he did the work of removing them. So this is to say, in the present times, the Guru is Paramatma. If not, you will go around looking for Paramatma for your whole life, and you will not be able to find Paramatma anywhere because Paramatma is not outside at all. You will always keep looking. So your journey will come to an end. Your journey will come to an end, but your search will never come to an end. And I'm also saying this, that Guru, believe in him to be Paramatma, but the Guru is not Paramatma. Both of these things are together, but we will have to believe. And when we believe, then we will be able to obtain the introversive powers within him. If not, we will think of him as a physical body. He is not some football coach that we are going to learn football from him. So this is to say, whatever he has obtained, he has not obtained it with his physical body. And if we go to obtain something with our physical body, we will also not obtain anything. He is not some football coach that he learned football from some other coach that he can teach us that, or that we will learn from him. Even the knowledge that he has obtained, even the introversive state which he has obtained, even that, he obtained it by connecting with the soul of his Guru. In this matter of inner knowledge, this is a little bit different from material knowledge. The body has no right over the inner knowledge. Whether he wants to give it or he does not want to give it, he has no right. It is always open. Anyone can absorb it. Anyone can take it. For example, I sit in the proximity of one Guru. Then I obtain this knowledge from him. That by sitting at one location in the world, I can obtain complete information about any person anywhere in the world. He had such knowledge, so I obtained it. Now I also cannot give it to anyone and nobody can take it from me. However, if somebody establishes oneness with my soul, then if he absorbs it, I also cannot stop him. Because I obtained it just like this. The path from which I obtained it, somebody can obtain it from me through the same path. But even if I want that I should give it to someone, I cannot give it because it is not my right. It is not in my hands. So, until the one in front, understand one thing. Once the disciple's soul establishes oneness with the soul of the Guru, then all of the knowledge inside the soul of the Guru is automatically absorbed by the disciple. Just for example, that in a YouTube in a lab, by pouring in 10 ml on one end, 5 ml goes on to the other end. So meaning Paramatma means the universal consciousness. This concept of yours should be completely clear, and then what will happen? You will understand what is Paramatma. This is first. And then next, Dharma, religion. There is a need to understand religion. What is the meaning behind this? There's only one meaning behind religion, what one should do and what one should not do. All of the dharmas, all of the religions have only one objective, and that which we are calling religion, it is not even religion at all. These are methods of worship. Understand a little bit. This is a spiritual state. And after this, all of the methods of worship which are there, all of them are staircases. And it is our compulsion that we have to take birth on one staircase or another. So meaning, whichever house we take birth in, the method of worship of that home, we have to adopt it. It is not in our hands. For example, the brother of our mother, he will be our uncle. Whether we believe in him to be our uncle or not, he is our uncle. In exactly the same way, whichever home we take birth in, whatever method of worship is followed there, whether we believe it or we do not, we have to accept it. In exactly the same way, we definitely have to take birth on some staircase or another. This is our compulsion. It is not in our hands on which staircase we are born. However, where we die, this is in our hands. See, you say to any religious person, he will say, walk on the path of religion. Nobody will say, sit down on the path of religion. Does anybody say this? No, nobody says this. Walk on the path of religion. So meaning keep walking on the staircase, keep walking on the staircase, keep walking on it. And then after that, here, Dharma. When you reach here, Dharma means that knowledge. That knowledge, if you reach this knowledge, then this staircase has no importance anymore. That knowledge, it means to obtain Paramatma. It means to obtain Parameshwar. After obtaining Paramatma, the staircase has no importance from which staircase you came there, from which staircase somebody else arrived there. It happens. For example, if you go to Goa today, then somebody will go from a boat, somebody will go by car, somebody will go by plane, somebody will take the train. There are many ways of reaching Goa. But after reaching Goa, does anybody ask, from where did you come? From where did you come? Nobody asks. Why? Because after you arrive there is no importance left to how you came there. The staircase has no more importance. The method of worship has no more importance. From which method of worship you arrive there, it has no more importance. Once you obtain Paramatma, those staircases, they have no more importance. This is why, always remember, always keep this in mind. That which person is saying what? You will be able to understand this from his words. The person who has only reached the staircase, the one who has not reached here, the one who has not obtained Paramatma. He will always speak of the staircase, so meaning he will speak about some specific method of worship. Any person, if in his discourse he speaks about some specific method of worship, the straight meaning is that he has not reached. He has not reached here. If he would have reached, he would not speak of the staircase, because the staircase has been left behind. Only when the staircase is left behind does one obtain Paramatma. Once one reaches Paramatma, then what will he say? Everyone's Lord is one. Paramatma is one. Parameshwar is one. He will say only one thing. Who, the one who has reached there, he will not speak of the staircase. The staircase has no importance anymore. So dharma means that knowledge. Dharma means that knowledge. So you see, whichever people who are speaking about some specific method of worship, some specific religion, it means they're sitting on the staircase. And the next, if you leave to reach Goa, and then some people just stop at Ratnagiri and they sit down and they're saying, we have reached Goa, we have reached Goa. This is their ignorance. They have not reached Goa, but it is their imagination that they've reached Goa. Just the same way, some people sitting on the staircase, if they're saying, I have obtained Paramatma, I have obtained Paramatma, they're believing in the staircase to be Paramatma. In fact, the staircase is different and Paramatma is different. Paramatma is here. After reaching here, the staircase definitely gets left behind. All of the people who have reached there, nobody will speak about the staircase, and the staircase will be without any meaning. So yoga is one such path through which you can reach that knowledge of Paramatma. You can reach that level. After reaching that level, all of the methods of worship have no importance. All of the staircases have no more importance. Because one has reached there, the whole journey is completed. It is complete. And once you reach here, once you obtain Paramatma, then there's nothing left to be obtained in life. There is nothing. That is why always have this thermometer. The one who is giving a discourse, is he speaking about some method of worship? If he's speaking of a method of worship, it means he's sitting on the staircase. If he has reached here, then he will not speak about any method of worship. See, I roam all around the world, but I do not speak about any method of worship. Why? Because my method of worship has been left behind. And I also inspire people, encourage people. Go up, reach this level, and I tell everyone, you are different. Even if you are all of different methods of worship, I may be of a different method of worship, but both of us have the same religion. We are both humans. The religion of humanity is our religion. Until such a lofty perspective does not come within you, until then it is not possible to obtain Paramatma. To obtain Paramatma, you will have to rise above all of this. There is one place, one location, one inner feeling. Oneness amongst all religions. This is not just some saying. This is an inner feeling. Until this inner feeling is not established within you, until then, you cannot possibly obtain that high level. You cannot obtain it at all. Why? You will get stuck halfway. But yes, you will have this misconception, definitely, that I have had the vision, the darshan of my deity, of my guru. And you will get stuck there, but you will not reach up until this point. After reaching here, there is no form of God. And after reaching there, then there is no importance left to the methods of worship. Methods of worship are ways. They're staircases. Whichever staircase you're on, make it a medium. Don't sit down there on the staircase. Rise above the staircase. And where the staircase gets left behind, there you will find Paramatma. Keep this in mind. So then we learned. Paramatma means universal consciousness. Dharma means that knowledge, that what one should do and what one should not do. And all of the methods of worship, they are staircases. Do not sit on them. Do not stick to them. Rise above them and obtain Paramatma. And after obtaining Paramatma, the staircases have no importance left. And the third topic is Guru. Do you know what our imagination is? We always get thoughts of the past. Always look, we keep getting thoughts of the past. That is why I remember the gurus of the past. It happens. For example, there's a child. Now he is lost. And we have one of his pictures of his 5-year-old form. And then after 20 years, we're searching for that same guru. We're searching for that same child who must have now become a very big youth. And we're taking that same photo and then we are looking, where's that guru? Oh, that guru was like this. So then will you find that kind of a guru? No, you will not find him. Why? Because now he would be 25 years old. He would be a nice youth. He would have grown up. Even if he comes in front of you, you will not recognize him. This is our state now. We are taking the photos of the old gurus and going around, and then we are searching for them in the present. We are searching for them today. Will you find them? No, you'll not. Because the form would have changed. Even you have changed. Were you of their era? No, you were not. So now if you take those photos and look for the gurus today, will you find the guru in the same form? Even he would have changed. Only when they changed, only then will they be able to reach you, sometimes I feel. Many times, we get an answer in our own behavior. Why did the Guru send me into society? I am able to understand it today. Imagine. Such a person who has not seen a human for years on end, completely naked, a completely tribal looking person, a wild person. If such a person, if he comes onto the stage, will you even let him come? Forget about the stage, you will not even let him come past the gate. You will think he is a madman and make him go away. So how do you want it? You want somebody wearing clothes like you, somebody who looks like you, somebody who speaks like you, somebody who speaks at your level. You will not accept them, when in fact they have so much power that even one glance from them will make you cross over to the other side, but you will not accept them. You will not take them. You will not accept them. You will not even let them come close. This is why they have made the medium like you and sent him, that he can go inside you, that he can speak to you, that he can live like you, he can speak like you. So this is why the Guru of today will be like today. There will be no difference in the vibrations. There is no difference in the consciousness. There is a difference in the form. He will have a form that you can accept. And then next, a question arises within me. The experiences which I had, no Guru kept me with them. Each and every Guru would give me all of the knowledge that he had, and after giving it to me, he would himself send me to the Guru ahead, that now go to him. It happened, one Guru, when he was bidding farewell to me, then I bowed down to touch his feet, and then he held on to me halfway. Oh, where are you touching my feet? I do not even have the status of one of your toenails. And I started to cry that why is my Guru saying like this? Why is he not letting me touch his feet? But he knew what is going to happen ahead, what kind of a vast work is going to happen through his medium, what kind of a global work is going to happen. He knew this. I did not know. So meaning, the Guru is always changing. Once in a Christian college, in Calcutta, I was asked to explain the topic of Paramatma. So first of all, I told them that Paramatma changes with time. He keeps changing his form, he keeps changing his form, he keeps changing his form. You keep taking the name of God your whole life, you will never see him in that form. You keep doing Ram, Ram, Ram. Will Ram come in that country? He will not come. He will come, but his form would have changed. If your recognition, if your chitta is on his consciousness, then you can recognize the Ram of today. If not, you can keep speaking of the Ram of the past. And then even if he comes, will you believe in him? You will say, oh, are you coming from a stage play? So meaning, even you will not believe in him. You know that he will not come. So this is why, keep your chitta, your attention on the energy. Keep your energy on the consciousness. If not, they say, right? Even if Paramatma himself, even if he himself comes in front of you, you will not even recognize him. You will just apply a sandalwood paste dot to his head. So meaning we also will have to change with time. And then I find this surprising, that I have the experience of a living Guru. No Guru would keep me with them. He always wanted the progress of his disciple. He always wanted his disciple to be even bigger than him. This was his inner feeling. It happens even today. They're primary school teachers. But then they say very proudly, my student is a collector, my student is an engineer, my student is a doctor. They become so happy, they become so pleased. That the students, they thought, now they're doctors, they're engineers, they're collectors. So this is true for each and every Guru. Each and every Guru wants that there should be forward progress. No Guru wanted to keep me with them. But yes, now you study yourself. Are you attached to the physical body of the Samadhis Guru, or are you attached to the Guru element? If you're attached to the Guru element, then they will never keep you with them. No Samadhis Guru will never keep you with them. They will always deliver you to a living Guru. Why? Because he cannot give you self-realization. And only a living Guru can give you self-realization. That is why he will deliver you to a living Guru. And self-realization is a spiritual experience that is living. Only a living Guru can give it to you. And then next, there's also another big misconception. If we leave our old Gurus, they will do something bad to us. Oh dear. Whether there's a Guru, there's Paramatma, he can never do anything bad. The Guru is a sewing machine. Even if he wants, he cannot do the work of a scissors. It cannot happen through him. It can never happen. He does not have that energy. It is why leave this, that if I did not do this, God will become disappointed. He will do this. He will not do anything. No Guru is not going to do anything bad to you. No God is going to do anything to you. Why do you do it out of fear like this? Can you reach that Guru element with such fear? You cannot reach. In order to reach there, you will have to go beyond this physical body, whether it's a living Guru or a Samadhis Guru. The Samadhis Guru can be a place of inspiration. They can deliver you to the spiritual experience, but they cannot give you the spiritual experience. They're doing the work of a book. They can show you the way, they can give you information, but they cannot give you the spiritual experience. And next, even the role of the guru is very small. It is not a very big role of the guru. There is no special importance of the guru. It is a very small role. How? Let me tell you. Imagine you have made a very beautiful mountain on a very good mountain. You have made a very beautiful bungalow on a very good mountain. And this bungalow of yours is right in front of the electrical powerhouse. And there are all sorts of electrical appliances at your house. There's a fridge, there's a television, a refrigerator, there's everything. There's a washing machine. But the connection of your bungalow, that itself has not been connected to the powerhouse. And then it is night. Then you look far away, 2 kilometers away, there is a shanty hut in the valley. And then there is light there, there's illumination there. And you are right in front of the powerhouse, you live there, and there's no light in your house. So now by looking at the light in the hut, you too get inspired that there should be light in your house also. Then what do? You submit an application to the powerhouse. I too want an electricity connection. And then after a few days, then an electrician arrives from the powerhouse. He comes and connects your bungalow to the powerhouse. And after making this connection, he leaves. Because he has to go and give electricity to many bungalows. And so now after taking the electricity connection, if you want, you can light a 15-watt bulb. If you want, you can light a 100-watt bulb. And if you want, you can light a 500-watt light, 100-watt bulb. And if you want, you can switch on very big floodlights. How much light you want in your bungalow? This is dependent on you. But the electrician will not arrive and press the buttons at your home. Every day regularly, once it is evening, you will have to press the buttons at home. You will have to illuminate your own house. So it is dependent on you whether you illuminate your house or you switch off the main switch and just sit. In exactly the same way. By looking at the spiritual progress of any person, by looking at the peaceful state of any person, by looking at the happiness of any person, the wish will arise in your mind also. Oh, he meditates, that is why he's happy. He meditates. That is why he's peaceful. Even I should meditate. Even I should obtain Paramatma. So what did you do? You submitted an application to Paramatma in the form of a powerhouse. There's no need to submit an application, but you must have had a wish. So like an electrician, I have been sent to you. I am an electrician who has come from the powerhouse. I have come from the powerhouse above, and I will make your connection above. And after arriving, I will make this connection. And after making this connection, I will leave from here tomorrow. And then after this, how much you want to progress? This is all dependent on you. I will not come every day and make you meditate, no. What is the role of an electrician? Only to give a connection, only this much. Even the role of a guru is only this much. And remember one word. There is nothing bigger than self-realization that can be obtained externally. It happened. In Canada, a sadhika met me after 20 years. She said, Swamiji, 20 years ago I had learned this, and I went here, I went there. I've gone to many places in the world and come back. And then later I came back here. I told her, daughter, There's nothing you can obtain bigger than self-realization. There's nothing bigger to take from outside. Only and only self-realization is what you must take from someone else. That you will have to take from some self-realized guru. And after taking it, you yourself have to make your own progress, and it is over. In life, there is nothing bigger than self-realization to be obtained. Once the electricity connection is made at home, then what do you have to do? Then there's no need to worship the powerhouse, there's no need to phone the powerhouse, there's no need to do any of this. Then we ourselves have to switch on all of the lights at home. Every day in the evening, we have to switch on the lights. Just in the same way, we will have to meditate every evening. So the role of the guru is very small. Without a guru, self-realization can never happen. We cannot make our own progress. Even if we want to obtain self-realization, we cannot get it. It happens. People do a lot of worship of a Samadhist guru. They do a lot of mantra chanting. While doing all of this, they reach a spiritual state that they definitely end up reaching a living guru. This is the last. And after having self-realization, then you should make your own progress from there. You will have to do it. Later, even the guru will be of no use to you. No one will be of use to you. The guru is like an electrician. He did it, and then he left. And if you believe in the guru to be a person, you will not be able to absorb anything. The guru is a person. It is such a strange thing to not see what is being seen, to see what is not being seen. You're seeing the guru as a person, but do not see him as a person. You want to see him as Paramatma, and the Paramatma that you are not able to see that, and do not see what is being seen. Through this, you will obtain the inner eye to become introversive. And after you obtain the inner eye, you can see Paramatma in each and every person. You can see Parameshwar in each and every person. Why? Because you have learned to see Paramatma within the Guru. I say, do I not? At first, you love one person with a selfless feeling. Have no expectation from him. What his behavior is with you, you have nothing to do with that, but you love them with no selfish interest. And then slowly, what will happen? The love will slowly increase. For one person, it will be for the family, and from the family, it will be for society, and from the society, it will be for the state, and from the state, it will be for a country, and from the country, it will be for the world. Love itself is Paramatma. So as soon as you keep increasing the scope of your love will be at the global scale. And then the question is, if we want to love at the global scale, then how should we do this? So you should love that guru who is connected at the global scale. So through his medium, even you can do it everywhere. You can be connected everywhere. You can love everyone. It happens for a farmer. If a farmer wants to give water to the whole field, then what will he do? If he wants to put some chemical, some fertilizer, he will put it into the water tank. And through the medium of the water tank, it will spread into the whole field. The guru is a water tank. He's being seen as one. He is not one body. Along with the body, the hundreds of thousands of souls that are connected. We have been connected for 28 years. Today, a question has come to me from an overseas sadhak. The question was this: that the spiritual progress that is being made in India by the sadhaks, why is this not happening in the overseas country? And it is not as if I'm going there today. I've been going there for 23 years and I've gone there so many times. So it is their question that why is there no progress happening overseas? And why is there progress happening in India? What is the reason? Spiritual progress is happening. Material progress is happening. In UK, they're remembering their grandmother and making one ashram, but here in India, 8 ashrams are being created, not small ones. One's worth crores of rupees. So how is this possible? This is the question. The answer that was given is that there are 2 things. In order to obtain the spiritual state, first of all, you need satisfaction. A dissatisfied person, his spiritual progress is never possible. First of all, one needs satisfaction where you are. Whichever spiritual state you're in, you should remain content in that state. If within your mind, I should obtain this, I should obtain that, if this happens even a little bit, then you cannot go into meditation. Many people come to me, Swamiji, remove this problem of mine and then I will meditate. I know that he will never do it. Not just this day. From this very moment, start meditating. Start meditation. And then whichever spiritual state you're in, pay no attention to it. Because these circumstances were created because you do not meditate. And if you start meditating, then all of the circumstances will change. So the meaning of this is that I explained to them, first of all, one needs satisfaction. So then in India, sadhaks have obtained complete satisfaction. Why? Because they believe in the Guru to be Paramatma. That is why I have obtained Paramatma. They have obtained this biggest satisfaction of life, and you did not have this. Guru is the supreme reality. They don't just say this, they believe in it. So we have found Paramatma in the form of the Guru, this inner feeling. This is the direction of their mind, and because of this, they have obtained the complete satisfaction of life, and now there's nothing left to be obtained. And to obtain the complete satisfaction, it is a high state of meditation. And then one does not need to make progress of their spiritual state after this. It happens. And once again, I'm saying the Guru is not Paramatma. He cannot be Parameshwar. Parameshwar cannot be in a physical body. But one has to believe. To believe is a state of the mind, an inner feeling of the mind. This is why progress is happening in India. Why? Because they have believed in the Guru to be Paramatma, and here there is a culture of the Guru. In India, even the one we call God, Krishna, even he lived with the Guru. The one we call God, Ram, even he lived with the Guru. So here there is a message that the Guru is bigger than God, because those whom we believe in to be God, even they used to go to the Guru. They used to stay in a Gurukul. And this is why the sadhaks in India have obtained the complete satisfaction. That is why the spiritual progress is happening as a byproduct. It is happening automatically. It is happening automatically first. And next I told them, there is something called Guru Dakshina, some offering called Guru Dakshina. Every Guru Purnima, they give something or the other as Guru Dakshina. That is not some wealth, it is an inner feeling. The more you surrender your inner feeling, the more you surrender, that much more it will develop. Whatever you give, that will increase. And this thing of Guru Dakshina is not there overseas. So you do one thing. If you want to give some wealth in the form of Guru Dakshina, start immediately. And I do not need any money. The next you give donation, but you do not give Guru Dakshina. There's a difference between donation and Guru Dakshina. Let me explain the difference between the two today. While giving donation, our hand is like this, and the one receiving, his hand is like this. And our ego increases. We have given donation to the one who needs it. This is donation. That is the same 1 rupee. But the same 1 rupee, when you keep it at the holy feet of the Guru as Guru Dakshina, then your hand is like this. You are bowed down, you are giving. It is not the hand of the one receiving, it is the foot. So there is a difference of earth and sky between Guru Dakshina and donation. The next one gives donation to the one who needs money. The Guru Dakshina is given there where there's no need for money. So I have no need for money. I do not want anything. You keep it with yourself, but give it. Give some wealth in the form of Guru Dakshina. After giving it, you gather it yourself and then put it into some work. Now see, in the UK, I did not take any wealth. So now how much has the work increased in India? And then next, there's a lot of difference between ordinary money and the money from Guru Dakshina. Why? The money from Guru Dakshina, people have given it with inner feelings. There's emotions attached to it. And if you put that inner feeling in the work of the ashram, it will make it increase a lot. In India, there's an opportunity to give Guru Dakshina. There's a chance. One receives it and they give. And because they give, then their inner feeling increases. And the more their inner feeling increases, that much more their soul will become pure. That much more the soul will become holy. And then next, even donation. There are many ways of this. Many people. Even the songs go on. If you give 1 rupee, you will receive 100,000. Is donation some investment? If you are donating as an investment, then it is of no use. It is not donation. It is an investment. And next, if you have done some sinful deeds, it happens. Many gurus say, you have done so many sins, you give so many hundreds of thousands, your sins will go away. It can never happen. The sins you have done, you will have to endure them. This is the rule of this world. There can never be any changes in this. There can never be any replacement for it. It can never happen. And then third, people go and give donations to God. If you do this work of mine, I will give so much in donation. Donation is also not a bribe. Donation is also not a bribe. Donation is also not an investment. Donation is also not a path to remove your sinful deeds. It is not a way for this. Donation is only and only one very good way to purify the soul. Do you know what happens for our whole life, from our childhood? I want to obtain, I want to obtain, I want to obtain. So we started from our childhood. I want to obtain marks. I want to obtain, I want to obtain. For our whole life, we kept doing this. We kept running in one direction. But we want to go in this direction. This is the direction of the physical body. This is the direction of the soul. So we cannot immediately change our direction. So what does donation do? It stops it. Whatever is this hustle of yours to obtain, it puts a stop to it. It only stops it. And then after this, you get stabilized, you become peaceful, and then you think in another direction, you think towards the direction of the soul. And then, in order to make the soul happy, in order to please the soul, then if you give donations, then there's a real meaning to it. If in order to show someone, in order to tell someone, do not give donation for any other reason, give your donations because I'm feeling good because from it. And when the feeling of giving awakens within someone, they do not stop them. Do not teach him business. For example, there's a small child. If he wants to gift an expensive pen to somebody, immediately the parents explain to him, we don't have so much relationship with them. We have only met them 2 or 3 times. Don't give him such an expensive pen. Give him this pencil. It is not important that what kind of a relationship he has with him. It is not important how many times he has met him. What is most important, the inner feeling of giving such an expensive pen has awoken within your child. Let it happen. Let it increase. From this merit and sin, now I have done one new research. We say, right? By taking bath in the river Ganga, one's sins are washed away. We have also heard this. We have heard this for so many days. We heard it from our grandparents. That by going into the river Ganga, all of the sins of our life are washed away. I do not believe in anything from anyone. I do not believe in anything from books. I go and experiment for myself. A few days ago, I stayed in Rishikesh and after going there, I really wanted to do this experiment. Do your sins really get washed away by taking bath in the river Ganga? Can they get washed away? How can they get washed away? Because there's one more rule, that whatever sins you have done, you will have to endure them. One cannot be safe from this. We've been saying it for so many years. By taking bath in the Ganga, sins are washed away. So how can both of these things be true? In order to see this, I went and stayed in Rishikesh. And I took bath in the Ganga 3 days continuously. You can also experiment and try this for yourself. Now let me tell you what happened ahead. I took bath for 3 days, and after taking bath for 3 days, what kind of a difference comes in? Where does the effect of the water happen for us? I studied this. The Swadhisthana chakra of us, it falls on that. This is where we think from. The heart chakra that has negative thoughts, it falls on this chakra. The third eye chakra, where memories are kept, it falls on this. The water of the river Ganga does the work of the purification of all 3 of these chakras. It will purify and make all of these 3 chakras holy. If for 3 days you continuously took bath in the river Ganga, then, so my experiment was for 3 days, so you also try it for 3 days for yourself. So then will your sins be washed away? Your sins do not get washed away. It is the memories of the sins which are washed away. For example, one person murdered somebody else. So he has a memory of this. Every night he sees the person whom he has murdered. These are the memories. These memories are what is bad. Then he will drink alcohol or do some other addiction so that he can forget about this memory that he has made a murder. However, if he goes into the Ganga and he takes bath for 3 days, and he goes with this belief, if he takes bath with this faith, that whatever sins I have done, they will be washed away, then the sins do not get washed away, the memories get washed away. For example, one takes bath for 3 days and then he walks away, he will forget that he has done this murder. The trouble was not of the murder. He must have done the murder at some point, but he's being troubled today. And why is he being troubled today? Because those memories which were there, those memories, they will come to an end. But you should go and take bath with such faith, with such inner feeling. And then about karmas, about sins, you will have to endure them. If you have murdered, then you will have to undergo the punishment for the sin. Nobody can be safe from it. The karmas you have done, you will have to endure them. Nobody can save you from it. Nobody has been saved, and nobody can be saved. And what is the benefit? The benefit is that his memories will be washed away. Whatever bad things he has done, you can also experiment and see. Why am I speaking of Rishikesh? There the Ganga is more holy, there it is more pure. If you see ahead, I do not know. You see for yourself. Do you know what? I tell you the way from where I have taken the experience. So go there and stay for 3 days and take bath with this inner feeling. And then whatever bad incidents have happened in your life, whichever bad people have come into your life, all of those memories will be washed away in those 3 days. That is what you keep remembering again and again. And it is the nature of a human. If somebody did some good work, he will not remember that, but he will keep his enemy in the corner and show him an incense stick every day, meaning he will remember him every day. So now you can experiment and see what will happen through this. Whatever are the bad memories of your past, all of those memories will slowly come to an end. In 3 days, you will have this experience. Why am I speaking of 3 days? Three days has a very special importance in our life. This is why when we speak the mantra, when we chant the mantra, we do it 3 times. There are 3 energy channels. On the left is the lunar channel, on the right is the solar channel, and in the middle is the middle channel. So meaning when we think about the past, then we are in the lunar channel. When you think about the future, then you will be in the solar channel. And Paramatma is in the middle channel. It should be a state of complete thoughtlessness within you. Try an experiment. From this, your memories of the past will go away. Let us come back onto our topic. Paramatma means the power of universal consciousness. This concept of yours should be clear. And religion, dharma, means that knowledge of what one should do and what one should not do. That knowledge. And that which we believe in to be religion, those are methods of worship. And if anyone is speaking specifically about the method of worship, it means he has not reached that knowledge. After reaching there, he will not speak about any specific method of worship. And to be born in any specific method of worship, this is our compulsion. However, it was not in our hands to be born. It is in our hands to die. Before dying, to reach that place which we call dharma. That after the spiritual experience of Paramatma, the experience of Paramatma, we obtain it automatically after this. So Paramatma means the universal consciousness, and religion means the knowledge. The Guru means the medium through which we obtain consciousness. An electrician. In UK, there's a place called Penru. It is a very big resort. And in that resort, I keep giving shibirs, discourses. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the shibirs, the workshops are there. And then after this, the middle days are empty. So like this, once, I took a discourse of newspaper reporters, and after taking the discourse of newspaper reporters, one newspaper reporter, she came to meet me. She said, Swamiji, I felt very good after meeting you. And after this, I obtained very good spiritual experiences. My mind became very peaceful. I obtained satisfaction. But I am a newspaper reporter. So in our profession, we are taught. Do not immediately believe in anyone. So how can I explain to my other newspaper reporters, my colleagues, that you are a special person? You are someone different. That only in your proximity does this spiritual experience happen. I have been able to understand it. I had the spiritual experience. However, how can I explain this to others? At that time, I was sitting outside in a garden. It was a very big garden. Behind that, there was a very big mountain of Wales, very high mountain. And by pointing towards that high mountain, that high peak there, each and every person wants to reach that high peak. The ones walking downstairs, all of them want to reach that high peak. However, one person, through 70 years of his spiritual practice, slowly, he has reached that high peak. And normally, with so much trouble, with so much difficulty, with so much effort, if somebody reaches the high peak, then he ends up remaining there. If he establishes himself, what does this mean? He does not want to come back down. This is the state in the Himalayas. There are many sages and monks that have become established there after arriving, and in reality, they have left this world and gone. And then next, even the thought of this world does not come, so there's no question of returning here. So this person, he did not just remain on the top of the mountain. He had an intense inner feeling because he had taken birth to give to others. So he could not just remain there, he could not establish himself there. So what did he do? He slowly came down the path. And while coming down, he removed the thorns on the path. He removed the stones on the path. And while making a small path, he came down. And after coming down, he made a gate. And by making that gate, he remained seated at the gate. And all of the people who were coming and going, he used to tell them, Do you want to go on top of that high peak? Do you want to go there? So go from this path. I have gone up from this path and I have come back down. I have the full experience of this path. So by believing in what he was saying, hundreds of thousands of people reached that high peak through this path, and this was no longer a path, it became a highway. So is there any difference between the soil of this path and the soil of the mountain? No, there is no difference. The soil is the same in both places. So meaning one can climb up the mountain from anywhere. However, this path is that path from where hundreds of thousands of people have traveled. Hundreds of thousands of people have adopted this path. They have not adopted the other places. So there's no difference in the soil of the mountain and the soil of this path. The soil is the same in both places, but hundreds of thousands of people have adopted this path. I also have blood flowing within me. You also have blood flowing within. We both have 2 hands and 2 legs. We are both the same. However, what is different is only one, that within me, inside me, is that divine soul along which there is a collectivity of hundreds of thousands of souls. This is different. The manner in which hundreds of thousands of people have adopted this path. Hundreds of thousands of souls are connected to this body who are meditating for 20 or 28 years, who are meditating. This is the difference between you and me. Apart from this, both of us are equal. You have 2 legs, I have 2 legs. So the difference in the Guru, it cannot be defined. How is the Guru different? This cannot be defined. It cannot be seen. It cannot be recognized. It can only and only be experienced. So the Guru is something to be experienced. He's someone to be taken the spiritual experience from. He's someone to take self-realization from. And now Paramatma is done, and the Guru is done, and Dharma is done. And now the 4th is knowledge. In reality, one sees the difference between you and I is that I have difficulty in trying to come out of meditation, and you have difficulty in entering the state of meditation. To do nothing is meditation. What do we keep doing? Either we keep doing work with the physical body, or we keep thinking. Now one does not even want to think. One does not even want to do any work with the physical body. So such a habit is not there within us. And as soon as we make an effort to inculcate this habit, then the physical body will oppose us. Because it is against the habit. It is different from the habit. And this is why, first of all, your physical body will oppose you when you sit down to meditate. But then after that, then the mind will oppose you. What do I mean by the mind will oppose you? Thoughts of all over the world will come within your mind. You will get many thoughts, many thoughts. And ordinarily, what does a sadhak do? A sadhak starts to think, and what I am saying is that understand the difference. Understand the difference between thinking and looking at thoughts. While looking at thoughts, you are not thinking. You maintain your existence separate from the thoughts. So look at the thoughts. Don't think. And next, let me tell you, thoughts have no existence of their own. Thoughts are nothing. By thinking, you give it energy, you give it strength. If you do not give it strength, it will die that very moment. The next thought will not even come. Now you see, if you roam around in the jungle, where do you get thoughts? You go to the side of a sea, where do you get thoughts? Where you go to a riverbank, where do you get thoughts? You go on a mountain, where do you get thoughts? You do not get thoughts on a mountain because there's a collectivity of stones there. For thousands of years, stones are living there together. There's a collectivity there. Those that are not thinking. As soon as you go in the middle of them, your thoughts will end. If you go in a jungle, then those trees are there who do not think. From the trees, I now remember. Now in the Germany ashram, a very big incident happened. There is a lake in front of the German ashram. And there is a very big oak tree there with a very big trunk. So as soon as I passed close to that tree, then the tree started pulling energy. And the tree started pulling energy, and so I started having fun. I started to give energy to the tree, and it was taking in so much energy I was not able to understand. So how can this tree take in so much energy? It is not so big that it is able to take in so much energy. And later I got to know that the energy was passing on, that the tree was passing on energy to the other trees. So meaning this is a recognition of the tree. If you do research on this, you will understand that it gives support to even the other trees. One tree gives support to the trees and its surroundings. It is connected to them. So the energy given to one tree, it started to spread to all of the trees nearby. And the German sadhaks found a place. Now they go there and meditate. Even now, there's a lot of energy felt there. And then, if you give energy to a human, he will think. He will lose the energy, but the tree will not lose energy because it never thinks. For thousands of years, the energy will be maintained inside. And in fact, opposite, it will start to develop it, increase it, because it is distributing, it is sharing. It is a very big thing in the spiritual field. The more you share in this, the more it will increase. If not, I'm tired of explaining this to humans. With the tree gave me the experience that it had this knowledge, that whatever energy it has received, it was sharing it. This is the rule of nature. We should make the tree our guru. The knowledge of distributing, they give this knowledge to us. Now let us come back to meditation. While meditating, you will have to instill this habit which you did not have up until now. And next, do not meditate with any expectation. If you meditate with any expectation, that expectation will be completed, but after that your meditation will be left behind. Because you have loved conditionally. You have loved Paramatma with conditions. Make this thing okay, and then it happened, and then what after? That is why do not come onto this path with any expectations. Do you know what happens? Expectations make your spiritual practice impure. They make it unholy. The relationship, the connection of expectations is with your physical body. The soul has no expectation. The soul has no expectation. All of these expectations, all of these problems, they are yours. So now you're meditating between the soul and Paramatma. And you're bringing in the expectations of the physical body. So it is like putting salt in milk. The milk will definitely curdle. It is exactly like this. If you bring in any expectations and meditate, success is not possible in this at all. Progress is not possible. Meditate by leaving all of your expectations behind. Then you will reach that stage in your life where there will be nothing left to be obtained. The step where I have reached, I'm telling you from my own experience, that will definitely come in your life, and that it should come. This is my objective. Oh, if you're dying, die in bliss. You have lived your whole life. You have enjoyed a lot. Now there's nothing left to be obtained. You have obtained everything. Everything is done. Then die happily. Why are you dying and crying at the same time? This was left, that was left. If you keep this unfulfilled desires, then again you will take birth to fulfill these desires. I do not want that there should be any desire left in the middle. Die contently. Die in bliss. That I've obtained everything in life. Everything is done. It is possible to obtain this state from meditation. I have obtained it. I'm telling you all of those things which I have obtained in my life. That is why I'm telling you. I'm telling you those very ways. It happens. For example, we want to go and visit the Vaishno Devi temple, and now your neighbor, he keeps chanting the mantra of Vaishno Devi. And will you ask him how to go to Vaishno Devi? No, you will not ask him because he has never gone there. He's just chanting. You will ask that person who has gone to Vaishno Devi and come back. So I have gone there and come back for you. That is why I'm showing you the way that goes all the way to the top, straight. So you can also obtain that state in your life in which there is nothing left to be obtained. You will give thanks to Paramatma that what kind of a life have you given? I've obtained everything in life. I'm very happy. You just start to be happy, start to be pleased, and Paramatma will start to give. If you start to cry, then nothing will happen. But many people, they're always sad, and I tell doctors especially. Even you try to do this research, the doctors who are always happy, they're always laughing. Their patients, half of them get cured early just by looking at him. And there are many such people, these doctors who come, and they look so sad. And those who are ill, they make them even more ill. So in the profession of the doctors, it is very good for the doctors. It is also good for the patients. It is very good for the patients because the patients will get a good energy by looking at him and they will get cured earlier. And it is good for the doctors because his good aura, his good vibrations will save him from the other patients. I'm not telling any doctors to leave their profession. I am just asking them to meditate. Now we will meditate. If not, I will keep speaking. You know what happens? As is you're playing, I will sing accordingly. If your receiving is very good, I can even speak for many hours on end. I was speaking more because your receiving is good. This is why. So now keep your right hand on the crown of your head. And those people who are sitting on the chair, if you can sit down on the floor, please sit. Because in collectivity, we can do that work, which is not possible through us. That is beyond a physical body. Even if we cannot sit, we can sit. And then if not, touch your bare feet onto the floor. Rotate your hand clockwise 3 times. And bring your hand down. And whatever you would say it with full inner feeling. Experience it internally. Whatever you're saying, that is your inner feeling. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. Now keep your chitta on your crown and meditate for some time. Now we will pray to Paramatma. O Paramatma, please have the grace to grant me self-realization. O Paramatma, please have the grace to grant me self-realization. O Paramatma, please have the grace to grant me self-realization. Now we will pray to Paramatma. O Paramatma, may Maharashtra make all-round progress. This is all of ours. Pure wish. This is all of ours. Pure wish. This is all of ours. Pure wish. Namaskar.